Hey, how's it going? It's Craig. We're out in a garage and today we're going to do a quick mod to the pinball machine. Let's take a look. Okay, so today we're going to do a quick mod. We're going to install this little Donut Heaven 3D printed item. So I 3D printed this. I'm going to show some footage of the 3D printing going on. Your usual montage of a print head going back and forth, but always amazes me what we can produce on 3D printers these days, and this is just a simple print. It was only a couple of pieces. I've glued it all together. I got the wife to paint it for me. Her brief was that I wanted it to look like a bit of a roughed up donut shop in the middle of America. I didn't want it to look pristine and clean and everything else, because you could have printed this in different colour materials just to give it that kind of matte look across it, but I wanted it to look a little bit scuffed up and things. I wanted the donut to look a right coloured donut and all those things. I give it a bit of a brief. I wanted it red and green to match some of the colours in here as well, but she did a great job, so I'm really pleased with that. What we're going to do is take the glass out of the pinball machine, take the cover off there. I'll show you a close-up of where it goes, and then we're going to install this. It's literally just 2 screws, I think. I'm not doing any LED mods underneath. I think this has got a slot so you can put LEDs in here, so the windows light up and things, but I'm not going to do that right now. Might do that in the future if I can figure out exactly where they go, but for today we're just going to install the Donut Heaven and we'll take it from there. Cool, let's take a look. Okay, so this is the pinball table, the playfield, and this is the item we're going to replace. That big metal ugly thing I want to swap out. When I bought the pinball machine, I said to the guy, oh, I've seen all the mods you can do about it, and you can do a Pinball Heaven mod, and you take out that and put it in. He said, oh, there's one in the box, you can have that. I was like, oh, amazing. And when I opened it up, it was a sticker that just literally stuck on top of this, and no, it didn't look great. So I didn't even took it out of the packet. It's still in the packet, ready for, I don't know, to go to the next owner if I ever sell this, but it wasn't going on. I wanted to get a 3D printed one on. So as I said, we 3D printed this. It's quite a few different layers to it, different parts we had to put together and paint it all up and things, but it looks pretty cool. And as you can see, if I just lay it roughly where it is, the colours on it and everything should fit quite nicely with the rest of the pinball table. So fingers crossed it's just those 2 screws. All I can see in here now is there's 2 Phillips screws holding this metal piece on, I hope. Hopefully when we take that off we'll be able to use the 2 screw holes that's on here to screw this in place, and we're just literally replacing that housing out of the way. What this does is when you hit the ball up around the track, this is a ball lock, so this locks 3 of your balls in there, and obviously that's part of the chase and everything else, part of the gameplay. So we want it to look as cool as we can. So yeah, let's get on with installing this, see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. Cool. Okay, so I've screwed the 2 screws in, but that donut feels very high. It might just fit underneath. I don't know whether I was meant to do it any lower, but any lower then I'm going to start losing the letters on this. So I hope that has been measured on the 3D print file, that it's absolutely spot on to go underneath there. We'll find out in a second when we try and put the glass back on. There's a couple more 3D printing mods I want to do. So back here is a sticker of a mountain, and then a mountain down here. You can get a 3D printed mountain that you take these out and place it in here. It looks really cool, so I want to do that one in the future, but today we're just going to do this one. We're going to put the glass back in a second. Always nervous moving that glass around. I'm panicking I'm going to smash it one day, so fingers crossed that never happens, but it's got a couple of scuffs in there. It's nothing major. It's a nice condition piece of glass, but maybe I will look at replacing it in the future, but I don't want to be looking at it immediately, so let's try and be careful with it today. Okay, so let's get the glass back on. Hopefully it clears that donut and we get everything back in, and we'll do a little bit of gameplay and hopefully try and get the balls into the donut shop and hide them away. Cool. One thing I need to do before I ever put the glass back in is clean it. I'm always touching the glass on the inside and the outside, and I just don't want fingerprints all over it, so a couple of sprays and we're going to wipe it down, try and get rid of as many grease smudges and everything else off there and keep it nice and clean. Putting that glass back every single time gives me a heart attack, but as you can see, it's fitted over the top of the donut shop, so perfectly sized. It actually looks like it's coming out of the top, but it's not. It's underneath, which is absolutely amazing. So chuffed with that. What we'll do now is we'll have a bit of a gameplay, see if we can get the ball up into the donut shop. It actually goes into the runners underneath, it doesn't go inside it at all, so but it's just covering it over. So let's give that a go, see if we can get that sorted, and then we'll do a wrap up. Cool. Okay, so I managed to get one ball update on this game. As you can probably see without all the glare, let's have a look. It's just sat underneath the donut heaven, so it just sits underneath there. As I said, you can get LEDs. I think from some of those wires that's underneath this, you can tap into it and put some LEDs in there. So I might do that in the future. I'll have to have a look online where I can tap into. I don't want to overload any one circuit, and obviously you want them to come on at the right time. There is a white LED down there, just underneath, which I could probably use as the feed for the LEDs to come up into here, because you want it constantly on. You don't want it like it's flashing and everything else. Well, you want it flashing with the other white LEDs. So cool, I'm happy with that. Really chuffed how it's turned out. Looks really good, really pleased with it. As you can see, the colours, the reds, the greens, the whites and everything fit with the wider table, so I'm really pleased how it's looking. Nice, free, pretty much free. A couple of pence in 3D printer filament, and then my wife painted it up with some paint that she had in the house, so pretty much a free mod for the pinball, so pretty happy with that. Cool, let's do a quick wrap up. Okay, so pretty pleased with that. It looks really good in there. I'm happy with it. I know it's probably not to everyone's taste. Some people would have it a very different style, but I think the style on that actually fits with the colour scheme of the pinball table and everything else. So I did mention at the beginning, so we took that out. I did mention at the beginning that we took out that I had a sticker, and no disrespect to the people who produced this. Dog's not happy about it. No disrespect to the people who produced this, but it's not to my liking. So basically, this sticker here was to go over the top of this metal piece and stick it on, and it would look like donut heaven like that. Not to my liking. I think if you can 3D print it, I know not everyone's got the luxury of a 3D printer, but people should be able to get hold of 3D printed models pretty easily. This might have been done ages ago. This might have been done way before 3D printing was kind of an everyday item for a lot of people. So yeah, so it's there. It'll go in the box with other things. So will this metal plate. I'm building up a bit of a back catalogue of spares now, which I'm putting away bit by bit, that if I ever do need to restore this to factory, I've still got all my original parts to do. I'm going to have a couple more goes on this, because I'm still not very good at this game, as you can probably see from some of the gameplay that I just showed then. I've still not got onto the scoreboard. It's absolutely terrible that I'm so crap at it, but I'm determined to do that, so I'm going to have a couple more games and I'll catch you soon. Cool. Quick bit of footage just to show the 2 balls can go in there. I'll try for the 3rd, but I'm pretty crap at this game, as I said, so at least you can see that this is where the 2 of them go. So 2 balls in, let's give it a go. 20 seconds after I did it, I got all 3 in and then lost the multi-ball.